Hello, 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 and welcome to an RTAppetizer where we're back in the old format, the usual format, I suppose. We are facing someone in the Korea server, and they go for a first pick Watcher Shuri, going then into Eda, Sid, Ravi, and Rylet. I go ahead and pick Arwell, Politis, Bellion, Sage Ball, and Celine. I go ahead and ban out the Eda because she is the biggest threat because she's an AoE. She can stun, all that fun stuff. And they ban out Bellion so that they can have access to their book, which they don't have access to because I banned Eda. Let's jump in and see how things go. So, the Watcher Shuri is going to go first, which is interesting and unexpected. He S2s with Andre's crossbow. I don't actually know what it does or what it did, but it did something. But everyone fell asleep because Sageball actually did his job today. Rylet, he's also decently fast, even though he does have 2 speed imprints. He's still pretty fast considering, it's like 16, 20 speed added. But Polly's gonna die, which is fine. They don't have any non-attack skills anyway. But Celine is just gonna do what Celine does, which is revive everybody. Get no mortality up. I'm gonna stun the Ravi because she is the biggest pain here, because Celine can deal with everybody else. Sid, I believe, is just going to S1 here because there's literally no one he can kill with the S3, so there's no point in doing it. Rylet is going to try and blind the poly, no dice. I am going to try and sleep the Sid, but it gets 15%ed because Politis doesn't really have too much use here, so I'm just going to throw her S3, hope to do as much as possible. It actually hits the Rylet, which is great because it puts unbuffable on him, which is immensely useful. Celine, Spirit Eye Celine, is going to kill the Sid, and then she is going to kill the Watcher Shuri. There's no need to take a secondary turn here. I'm just going to hold my souls for later use because I'll be killing Watcher Shuri here anyway, and they can't kill me here. So that's fine. I do go into the Rylet for some unknown reason. I do not know why I did that. All it did was put the possibility of losing on the field. If they went into Celine and crit her, and then went into Celine again and crit her, I would have died. I'm going to go ahead and sleep the Rylet, and this is where I find out that apparently you can still miss through a sleep. I don't know how he dodged despite being asleep, but he dodges better when he's asleep than he does when he's awake, so I guess props to him. Spirit Eye Celine is going to call everybody back, though. Arwell can finish off the Rylet. And now Ravi's all by her lonesome. She will never be able to get through Celine. She's not going to S3 because I imagine they figured they wouldn't be able to kill Arwell from there, which is fair. Just going to hit some buttons, do some things. Don't need to soul burn here, so I'm just going to go ahead S1 into the Ravi, do a good amount of damage. And now they can kill Polly, they can kill Arwell. Probably can't kill Sageball through mitigation, but they're going to go ahead kill the Arwell, and my Holy Sack will finally proc, which is nice, because now they do have to kill the whatchamacallit at some point. They're going to Soul Burn, go into Sageball. He doesn't stand a chance. They are going to S1 into Arwell to take her out as well, which is perfectly fine. And then he's obviously going to lap and take out the poly. But Spirit Eye Celine is still just sitting here, just waiting. But she doesn't have to wait that much longer because I can just Soul Burn, go into the Ravi, and then I can call everybody back from the dead again. So it's kind of a foregone conclusion at this point. I don't know why they're staying in here. But there's really no way they can get through Celine. They're going to go into Sage Ball, which is fine. Arwal has her S3 back up. I am going to stun the Ravi. Not that it matters at this point, but just for fun. Sage Ball is going to do his S3 because he has 1 HP, and I would much rather he have 12k HP at this point in the game. It is going to do, I believe, 10k. Yeah, 10k to the Ravi. And now Sid has nothing he can do, which is unfortunate. But that was a fun game. Spirit Eye Celine really showing her true power, her staying power. She didn't get hit once. She just kind of stood there and, you know, provided the most support in the game. But let's do a couple more, shall we? So I heard you guys like long games and that you like Frenzy 9. Well, boy, do I have a fight for you. We are facing someone in the Asia server. They are going to pick Lua, LRK, Bellion, LHC, and Solitaria. I am going to pick Handguy, DJB, Stene, Charlotte, and Yoha. I ban out the Lua. They ban out the Charlotte. Let's jump into it. So, forewarning, this is a long fight. Or not. It's shorter than the other fight was. I lied. It certainly felt longer than it was. They're just gonna S1 into the DJB just to see. It does debuff the Stene, which is annoying, and it does show me that they are on Fairy Tale for the nightmares or whatever. I'm gonna go ahead, get rid of the immunity on the Bellion and start going into her. LHC I'm not really worried about because I have no innate dual attacks on my side, but God knows it's me. Yoha, I swear to God. Alright, thank you, Yoha. LRK can S3 here, but I do have the barrier from the hand guy up protecting everyone, so it shouldn't do too much, which is fine. They still don't have much reach for my Stene. DJB is just going to S1 into the belly, and she hasn't been countering, so I'm assuming that she is an injury build. Solitaria can S2 here, but they're just going to S1 into the hand guy. They do strip all of the immunities, which is a little bit annoying. But this is why I have 2 immunity setters on my team. I'm going to give an attack buff and immunity back to my team. If I can take out this Bellion, that would be great. Not quite, but Yoha should be able to do it with an S1. LRK is just kind of sitting there. Gonna go into the DJB, no dice. Alright, hand guy gets to take out the Bellion. I get an unfortunate dual attack, which is kind of bad, but kind of also fine. Not really. It's not great. I'll be honest. It's not great. They're going to... They're Portrait of the Saviors, but that is low enough to proc my Yoha, who's coming up. They're going to Soul Burn into the hand guy, do a bunch of damage. But Yoha is hungry. And Yoha is going to eat the Lionheart Sirmia and go back up 10k HP with still a large barrier. Solitaria is going to throw her S2 or her S3 into the wind. Unfortunately for them, I do resist. But fortunately for them, it does crit and do 19k damage. But it's about time I get up another barrier. So I'm going to go ahead and kill the LRK. And now the Solitaria is exposed. So they'll be going into Yoha and hand guy. Which is kind of annoying, but here we are. And now it looks like it is a 1v1. They're going to go into the Yoha, which is funny to me just because it hurts them a little. There goes Hand Guy, and now it is Yoha versus Solitaria. So it's a little bit bad for me. I'm not looking forward to the outcome of this. They're going to S2 again. They are going to stun and blind, but that's fine. Going to keep going, keep critting. But it's not doing too much because Yoha just has so much HP. So eventually they will not stun me. And that will be when I will take my revenge, hopefully, or I'll just get, stun locked into oblivion. I do get a hit here, which is nice. 2k. Alright, I'm chipping it down. I have my abilities back. As long as this doesn't stun, I think we're okay. It didn't stun. 2k left, Yoha. Well, it's about time for another snack now, isn't it? And who makes a better snack than Solitaria? Another 20k to eat the Solitaria, and Yoha once again proves why she is one of the best knights currently. She just eats people. Maybe one day they'll release an EE for her that cuts her cooldown by like 2. That would be great, and I would be so happy, but probably not. Hello, I am here to teach you a lesson, and you will see that lesson in short time. So, we are facing someone in the Korea server. They go for Arwell, Ravi, Lionheart, Sermia, Zio, and Strays. I go for LRK, Bellion, Stene, Arya, and Handguy. Stene gets banned out, Strays gets banned out. Let's go see how things turn out. So, Zio is going to go first. He is going to go into the LRK to prevent my putting immunity up on everyone, which is fine. But that is why Handguy is here, to cleanse that. I think he probably should have gone for Handguy here, but I mean, same result either way, really. I am going to S3 here just to put some good damage out on everybody. The Arwell is on Crown of Glory, which is interesting. Ravi, I believe, just goes into LRK. And Arwell is going to, I think, stun the LRK. They're really scared of this LRK for some reason. But herein lies the issue. So, Bellion. She's not exactly a great unit to pair with Arya if you're planning to use her S3. Because I provoke the LHC and the Zio, and then I hit the S3 button on Arya because I don't see any issue with that. Because I am a dumb man. And then the LHC goes into the belly, and I'm like, oh, well, that's not good. That's pretty bad, actually, though. So now my Arya is just kind of sitting there. Bellion's not doing too much, and she does get the extra attack, which is a little bit annoying, but Arya's still there. They get a dual attack with the Arwell, which strips the defense buff, which I was hoping for. LHC does get blinded, so they're just going to S1 and hit anyway. Into the Bellion. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the LHC. They're gonna keep going into Bellion because she's free and available. And I am trying as best as I can to rectify the mistakes that I've made. It turns out this Zio is a damaged Zio. So Bellion dies. And then Ravi is just going to go into the LRK. And then LRK dies. And then goes into Handguy. Handguy is going to... I don't know what he could really do here, but he's going to go ahead... S3 do his S3 things, and I am slightly worried because I do also slightly outspeed the LHC. So I'm going to go ahead and hit and hurt, hope to try and blind her. Do strip some of the buffs and push her back. But at this point, my Arya is just kind of a dead duck. So that's not great for me. Yeah. So the moral of this story is don't provoke your opponents when you have an Arya that you'd like to be hit. Because that's not a combo. That's not how that works. That's a bad thing, actually, though. So I probably should have just S1'd and hope I didn't get the extra attack, which I probably would have anyway. So, but Hand Guy would have, or LRK would have still been alive, so I would have had mitigation, so it might not have been that bad. But it's a learning moment. This is how you learn. Watch for my mistakes and don't do them. Anyway. Thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to go ahead, hit the like and the subscribe button. It does really help me out, as much as it might seem like a meme for haha YouTuber hit the bell. It is actually very helpful. I don't know about the bell though. The bell's just for telling you when I upload, but I have a set schedule at like 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. so you should know that by now. Or just watch it whenever. I don't care. I'm not your keeper. If you did not like the video, go to like the pool or something, because it's really hot like everywhere. And if you felt incredibly ambivalent about the entire thing, go to the pool anyway. Meet the people that disliked the video and have a chat about how I suck.